Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. You're reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 3rd canto, 18th chapter, titled as The Battle Between Lord Varaha and Hiranyaksha. Text number 7. Tam niha saranantam salida anudruto Hiranyakesho dviradam yatha jashaha Karla damastro ashni nishvano abravita Gatariyam kim tva asatam vigarhitam. Translation. Hiranyaksha, the demon who had golden hair on his head and fearful tusks, gave chase to Lord while he was rising from the water. Even as an alligator would chase an elephant. Roaring like thunder, Hiranyaksha said, "Are you not ashamed of running away before a challenging adversary? There is nothing reproachable for shameless creatures." So Hiranyaksha here is criticizing Lord Varaha Devata. Lord Varahadev appeared to save earth. Mother Earth was submerged in the Garbhodak ocean because of the sinful activity of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And on the request of all the Devi Devatas, Lord Varaha, who is nothing but Lord Krishna himself, appeared in the form of a boar. And with his tusk, he lifted the earth from the depth of the ocean. And when he lifted the earth, his first priority is to save his devotee, earth. So, Lord Varaha, instead of fighting first with Hiranyaksha, he was engaged first in saving the earth from the water. So he lifted the earth with his tusk and he was placing the earth in its position before he fights with Hiranyaksha. But while Lord Varaha was doing that, Hiranyaksha thought that he is running away from fighting. And hence Hiranyaksha chastised Lord Varahadev. He criticized Lord Varahadev. In the previous shloka also, we have seen that Hiranyaksha was using inappropriate words for Lord Varaha. He even said that I will kill you so that I can take revenge for all the demons which were killed by you, Lord Vishnu. His words were like shaft-like abusive words. And Lord Varaha did not like it. But at this time, Lord Varaha did not talk or fight with Hiranyaksha because Lord Varaha's first priority was to save the earth. So Srila Prabhupada Ji explains here in the purport. When Lord Varaha was coming out of the water, taking the earth in his arms to deliver it, demon Hiranyaksha derided Lord Varahadev with insulting words. But Lord did not care because he was very conscious of his duty. And the Lord's prime duty was to save Mother Earth. For a dutiful man, there is nothing to fear. Similarly, those who are powerful have no fear of derision or unkind words from enemy. So Lord Varaha, when he was going away from Hiranyaksha, it did not mean that Lord Varaha was afraid of Hiranyaksha. Lord is not afraid of anyone. One who is dutiful, here Srila Prabhupada writes, for a dutiful man there is nothing to fear. If you are on a path of dharma, why should you be worried? So there is no fear for Lord Varaha. Those who are powerful have no fear of derision or unkind words from enemy. The Lord had nothing to fear from anyone, yet he was merciful to his enemy by neglecting him. So, when Lord Varaha was not paying attention to Hiranyaksha because he wanted to neglect this insignificant creature, and it was one kind of a compassion from Lord, otherwise Lord could have killed him immediately. Although apparently Lord Varahadev appeared to be fled from the challenge, it was just to protect the earth from the calamity that Lord Varaha tolerated Hiranyaksha's deriding words. So devotees do not have to fear of anybody else. And at the same time, devotees are compassionate and they know that everybody is suffering on this material world. So if somebody says something, devotees don't worry about it. So Lord Varaha ignored Hiranyaksha completely because his main duty was to save the earth, and we should all focus on our main duty, which is to chant the Krishna's name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And while doing our duty, if somebody criticizes us, somebody says wrong to us, somebody is not kind to us, somebody is not respecting us, or somebody is purposefully trying to humiliate you, do not worry about it at all. Because that is not our prime duty. Our prime duty is to serve Krishna. If we get diverted from our path by such people, then we will not be able to do bhakti. Because then all our energy will be wasted for arguing against these people or fighting with these people. And we do not want to waste our time or energy. Hence, while we are doing Krishna Bhakti, if somebody criticizes you, if somebody says wrong things to you, somebody does wrong to you, do not worry about it at all, because Krishna will take care of it. You do not have to worry. Rakhe Krishna, Mare Krishna, Rakhe Kain. So those devotees who are protected by Lord Krishna, nobody can touch them. Nobody can touch them. We have seen examples again and again. Prahlad Maharaj was always protected by Lord Krishna. Arjuna was protected by Lord Krishna. Arjuna was surrounded by very powerful people like Bhishma, Karna, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Ashwatthama. But Krishna was protecting Arjuna personally. So even though the enemies were very powerful, nobody could touch Arjuna. So we have to have complete faith and not to worry about the people who might be talking anything to you or criticizing you. Do not, just ignore it, neglect it. As Varaha Dev, he completely neglected Hiranyaksha because he was focused on his duty. And what was the Lord Varaha's appearance? Lord appears Paritranaya Sadhunam. First, he comes to protect the devotees. So Lord Varaha came at the request of Devi Devtas, who are devotees of Lord. And Dharti Mata is also the great devotee of Lord. So Lord came to protect Mother Earth. So Lord Varadev completely ignored Hiranyaksha, and we should learn from this that we should focus on our duty and ignore the distractions. There are many kinds of distractions. We have to neglect it, neglect all the distractions. I know somebody coming and trying to create a fight, neglect it. Just don't worry about it. In the next shloka, Hiranyaksha continues to criticize. We have seen that since shloka number, I think, 3 or 4 onwards, until shloka number 8, Hiranyaksha's main job here is to criticize Lord, nothing else. He has no other duty rather than just criticizing. And for no reason, actually. So in the next shloka, Hiranyaksha says to Lord Varaha, Sagam udastat shalilashya gochare vinashya tasyan adhadat swasatvam abhishtuto vishvasruja prasune apuryamano vibudhe pashyatore. The Lord placed the earth within his sight on the surface of water and transferred to her, which is his own energy in the form of ability to float on the water. While enemies stood looking on, Brahma, the creature of universe, extolled the Lord, and the other demigods rained flowers on him. So here the description is Maitreya Rishi is describing this to Vidurji, and Maitreya Rishi is saying here that after neglecting Hiranyaksha and saving the earth from the ocean, Lord Varadev placed the earth on the surface of Garbhodak ocean. And the earth started floating there with the earth was floating on the surface of water because of Lord's energy, which is the ability of the earth to float on the water. And Hiranyaksha was looking at Lord Varaha. And at that time, Brahmaji and all the Devi Devatas, they showered flowers on Lord Varadev because Lord Varadev has saved earth from calamity. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Those who are demons cannot understand how the Supreme Personality of Godhead floated the earth on water. But to devotees of Lord, this is not a very wonderful act. Not only earth, but many millions and millions of planets are floating in the air. And this floating power is endowed upon by the Lord. There is no other possible explanation. The materialistic can explain that planets are floating by the law of gravitation. But the law of gravitation works under the control or direction of Supreme Lord. That is the word of Bhagavad Gita, which confirms by the Lord's statement that behind material laws or nature's laws and behind the growth and maintenance, production and evolution of planetary system, behind everything there is Lord's direction. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyatesa characharan. So everything is working under Lord's direction. Some people may wonder why it is mentioned that earth was floating on the water. How is it possible? But everything is possible for Krishna. Krishna can do everything. Like Prabhupada is explaining here that there are millions and millions of planets floating in the space. There is no string holding on these planets. But still all these planets are floating freely. And some people may try to explain that there is a law of gravity and law of nature, this. But all the laws, there is a lawmaker. In the government also, we can see that when there is a traffic law, all the traffic laws are made by a government, by a person. Similarly, the laws in nature are also made by a lawmaker, and that lawmaker is Krishna himself. There cannot be an art without artist. If you see a beautiful art, you just cannot say that art has appeared all of a sudden from nowhere. All the art paintings or any sculpture, they are made by an artist. Similarly, when we see wonderful things around us, everything is made by a person, and that person is Krishna himself. So here Prabhupada is explaining that behind everything, there is a direction of Lord. भगवान की इच्छा के बिना कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है. The Lord's activities could be appreciated only by demigods headed by Brahma. And therefore, when they saw the uncommon prowess of Lord Varaha in keeping the earth on the surface of the water, they showered flowers on him in appreciation of his transcendental activity. So, Lord Varadev, when he saved the earth, all the devotees are very happy and they were showering flowers, kind words, prayers on Lord Varadev. So in this way, Lord Varaha has saved the earth. And now in the next shloka, from tomorrow onwards, we'll learn how there is a yuddha, fight between Hiranyaksha and Lord Varadev. We'll take a pause for today. Nandraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.